now on another adventure. No need to worry, I'll be your mentor. Before we get going on this wonderful trip, gotta stop at the Roost and you better leave a tip. Say hello to my friends at the bar. When you come to this place, they know who you are. Pouring some shots, meet a new friend, just when you thought that this was...
Well, hello, everyone, if there's even anyone there anymore. Wow, that was like the worst thing ever. The power goes out like 15 minutes before the show is supposed to start. What's up, Lance? So sorry, fellas. I was trying to get the word out there. I put stuff on my Facebook on both accounts, and I'm through my phone for some reason. I have the one Twitter account for my music, but I didn't have it for the studio, so I was like, I couldn't do it on Twitter or anything, so... Hopefully, anyways, doesn't matter. We're here now. We got Vectron. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about. And welcome, Jeff, from Go Game Go.
Thank you.
Johnny Ups is here. What's happening? So, well, let's. Have you played any more classic Intellivision?
I have not this week, unfortunately. Yeah. It's been a crazy week.
You were doing Utopia. You played last week.
Right.
I played that the other day too. It's such a fun, addictive game, as simple as it is.
It is fun. That's what makes it fun. It's so simple.
Yeah, and thanks to Papa Pete for keeping you guys entertained. You're right. He even did a stream. I have to check it out. I saw it pop up when I plugged everything back in. But that was awesome. The Chuck's out of power stream. That was very cool. Yes, electronics, right? It's really weird because I never really had too much like we'll get like a blackout for like a little bit, or but it's like, wow, for a few hours that was kind of nuts, man. I like that. I like the ice hockey thing. That's pretty sweet. What's that? Virtual cam.
Can you hear me at all?
I can totally hear you. Just got on some weird thing on the screen.
I don't know. Every so often on this,
I was like, is he about to do some 360 stuff? No.
Every so often on this, it'll switch my camera from the one here to the OBS virtual camera, and I don't know why. It just does it automatically.
Played a few games. B-17 Bomber. See, there's a lot of games, like I said, that are popular that I barely played, and that B-17 Bomber. Although I remember like the voice always saying, "Watch for flak" and "Bombs away," but like. As a kid, I never really got deep into playing that game. As a kid, I did, but what did I even remember? So there's just a few games like that I need to get back into.
I was watching people play that. It's really interesting. There's was there 4 different screens on that game?
Well, I know you got where the bomb bay doors, and then you could see the bombs going boom, and that was like the coolest thing I remember. I don't remember how you play.
That's pretty cool. Then there's the where you're shooting, so I guess like a horizon thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's a page where it has all the stats. Maybe it's just 3. I don't know. I thought there was a 4th one there.
It was like a pretty cool looking. It's a cool looking game. It was one I never got. I mean, Bomb Squad, yes. Space Spartans, 100%. Mazatron, not too much. Solar Sailor. Yeah, Solar Sailor and B-17 Bomber, I never got, as a kid, I never got too much into. And I figured as an adult I should, because I probably understand it more. I used to always love Microsurgeon, too. And even as a kid, I was like, you got to hit the vitamins. You got to get the plaque out of the lungs. Like, that was such a good game. Whoa. Uh-oh. We lost Jeff. My dad and I played, it's co-op. It swapped, Pilot, Gunner, and Bombardier. No kidding. See, I need to get into that. I can't wait to do like a live stream. Okay, he's back, we think. I can hear him. But, that's weird. Oh, you're back.
This is the other camera. The
Ooh, this is like a movie, where they like an interview angle.
If you look over here, you can see the corner of my Asteroids Deluxe cocktail table.
Oh, that's sweet.
Actually,
That is.
Oh, shoot. Well, I can't really do it to my laptop, but there you go.
Oh, that's awesome. That's such a good game, too.
Oh, yeah. Asteroids is my favorite game growing up, and favorite arcade game, anyway.
Yeah.
And
it's one I don't have. Like, I have a lot of arcade games. That is one I always want to get. And it seems like every time I see it, I can't afford it, or I just, like, I have to pass on it. Yeah. Johnny episode. Yeah, those games are confusing to a 13-year-old me. Yeah, like there's a lot of Intellivision games that I understood more as a as an adult than I did as a kid. You know, I'd still play them, but like I guess it was a different experience. Maybe, I don't know. But anyways, I want to talk about. Well, first I wanted to do this because I noticed. I was like, oh, we got to have something to talk about. And I was like, I noticed that the copy of Vectron I have is also sealed in shrink wrap. So I thought, what better way to bring the awesome value of a great game like Vectron down than to open it? This is I literally think I paid $5 for this one sealed. But I just wanted to see kind of, and this isn't the, what was the other one? The one I opened before. The Utopia was a German version. This is, I'm pretty sure, regular North American version, I think. But yeah, there she is. Vectron, still in the shrink wrap. To me, the weirdest game I think they ever did.
I don't think I have that game.
Like, this is one I know that people are like, you got to play it. You read the instructions. It's really fun. It's a cool kind of one screen puzzle kind of game, or with, I don't know, like it has some cool sound effects and stuff like that, but I'm gonna open her up.
Yeah, I don't have that one.
I have it. I think it's on the flashback. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, is it? I could play it there.
I think it is on the flashback. I was playing my Evercade today, right when the power went off, and I was like, "Oh, this will only be on for off for 10 minutes or something." And I'm like, "Okay, it's lasting longer. It's lasting longer." And then I'm like, "Okay, I'm gonna pull out the Evercade." So I was playing Splatterhouse 2 on the Namco 2 collection.
Oh, that's really good.
Vectron is the only game on. Does it say Arcade Network? Oh, it does say that. Arcade Network.
So they didn't put the arcade games under that?
Yeah, says that's the only one on that.
Huh.
All right, let me bust it open here. Let me see if I can. Last time I didn't do full screen. So there we go. Oh boy, this one just comes right off. Oh, I spoke too soon. There we go. Doesn't really have much of a smell. Cardboard.
So,
there's. Yeah, go ahead.
Intellivision games, region free?
I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah, I don't think they had pretty much.
Yeah, because you played a German game last week. That's right.
Yeah,
you had a German game that worked, right?
You know what? I haven't plugged it in, but I'm pretty sure it would. Oh my God! Look at these things are still like together.
Oh, they got that little piece of. Oh, that's nice.
And it's got like a little piece of paper in there. Vectron. Oh, we got a catalog.
I love those.
Look at those guys having fun. Check out the guy's wearing a skiing outfit. Oh, look, it's the shifty-eyed dealer. Look at him.
Oh yeah, they're all characters from the games, aren't they? They got
a that was let's see. Oh my goodness, look at this. Try the new Night Stalker. Boy, that guy's getting lit up.
Look at the artwork on that. That's awesome.
Yeah, look at the Space Armada. There is some insane. I didn't realize there's all different artwork. Oh my God, look at the Lock and Chase. Like the English Bobbies. They like they're creeping around. And then you got
the dollar signs on the money bags.
Yeah. Sub Hunt. Like how did he get the rope? Is that how they were back in the whatever this game? The rope with 2 bags is how they carried him?
Maybe he just walked in with the rope because he knew to leave him with 2 money bags.
Oh man, look at this one. The frogs. And then these two playing Snafu. Look at that's the first ever wireless controllers.
I think that's our first date too. Look, they look like they're on a date.
That was the best thing to do is to take your sweetheart to the couch and pop in the Intellivision. Yeah, well, I'm gonna have to read this. Oh wow, see, you could tell this must have been a newer release because I think that's when their labels didn't fit correctly, like on the front of the cartridge.
Oh, hilarious!
Well, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I'm trying to think where in this. Oops, I'm hitting buttons here. 1982. What's the box say? Wow, I never knew they had a proof of purchase thing on here. It says Intellivision. Let me see if I can pop it up there. Television proof of purchase and then a number. You can barely see it. It's like this little thing.
Huh. I wonder what that was for. I'll give you call. Why would you need that though?
Mattel Electronics and Television number 5788 proof of purchase. So this was when it was still Mattel. So yeah, it says 1981 on there. So this is I thought it would be a little newer. I thought Vectron was maybe I just never had Vectron or knew about Vectron until later. But that's nifty. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Switch this back. I'm all discombobulated since the power outage.
I'll do it to anybody.
Let me catch up here. You get more fun out of it if you lit it on fire. That's awesome. Gabriel Baum, the head of the Blue Sky Rangers, wanted an abstract game that was as hypnotic as Pong. The designer came up with Vectron. I know there's a lot of people that like it. I really do need to get into it. That's what I'm going to try to see what this was all about. Most games are region free. I understand that Dreadnought Factor cannot be played on PAL and television, so I did not know that. The Burger and Lock and Shit. Yep, Lupin. There's like a series called Lupin too.
Yeah.
Hey, what's happening, sir?
There's an anime, Lupin.
Yeah, there's like a lot of things about Lupin. I don't know if it's based on that guy or. Who needs Google? I'm just gonna carry Lance around wherever I go. That's funny. Yeah, so Vectron. Okay. I was introduced to Vectron, I basically just popped the cartridge in and I was like, what is this? Like, this does not look like anything I'm interested in. But now I have a manual and I'm going to read. Wow. This is already going to be silly. Now, mind you.
Is there a picture of it on the back, Chuck?
I was going to say, this is what the game looks like. So it's just a one screen, and then these little orbs come, and then I think you shoot something out of that, like V. I guess that's the Vectron. But yeah. So the manual says this is going to be the funniest story for that. What you saw, that was the game. Hungries, G-spears, and splits, sweeps, and prisms. The nasties of the universe are back again, and they're nastier and tougher than ever. I never remember them the first time. This time, they're out to stop you from constructing the energy bases that build your score level by level. The higher the level, the harder the nasties are to fend off. Challenge your friends and see who can rack up the highest score before the nasties destroy your energy blocks or you run out of energy. I mean, that sounds really exciting. And then that. No, I'm sure if I knew exactly how the game was, I'm sure it would be object of the game. On each level, you construct an energy base section by section. Add each section by moving your energy block in place and filling it with an energy blast. Everybody got that so far? Work fast to complete a base before the nasties nibble it away. If a section gets nibbled, you must build it again. When you complete a base, you advance to the next level. Protect your energy block against the nasties who destroy it. Shoot them down with energy blast. Neutralize them with a special E-pack. Don't run out of energy or you lose the game. 3 energy blocks per game. When they're gone, the game is over. But how do you do all this? So it's freestyle mode, move the energy block. See, I'm already lost on it. I want it. Hey, what's happening, Nick?
Nick.
That's awesome. Was Vectron the sequel to Mission X? Yeah. I don't know. Did they have nasties in that? I wasn't dreadful. What's happening? Sorry if I wasn't paying attention to the chat here. Love seeing the Sears and television box artwork. Yeah. Do I have Vectron? Did they do Vectron on the Sears? Or that was just, you're just saying the artwork in general. That's, yeah, they have some really crazy looking artwork. Back for dinner, wanted to say, glad you made it back online. Not sure how long to say. Hey, yes, yeah, I saw. I'm gonna have to watch that stream too. That's awesome that Pete did that. That is very cool.
Well, look, everyone's showing up here.
Yeah, Vectron, the sequel to me. Yeah, that's I gotta. Maybe I'm gonna pull Mission X and see what that's all about. Let me see. Okay, it's gonna be far. I also thought the Nasties were part of Diner too, or something like that. Weren't they? I've heard that name. Like Nasties. I'm trying to remember what other game said Nasties. Or am I thinking of the Thirsties and Kool-Aid Man? All right, so here's Mission X. You control a World War II plane, bombing enemy targets and shooting down on enemy planes. Awesomely dangerous. Your mission takes... Oh, this doesn't have anything like that. It might be just because it's like it makes it as exciting as like dun 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 dun. Like your mission is to stare at a screen full of blips and bleeps. No, yeah, Mission X kind of like River Raid. Yeah, it's actually a really cool, like version of that style of a game. I know this is one I almost never. I played like once or twice and I never got into it. Vectron, see, there you go. Vectron and Mission X are totally underrated. I thought he was going to say underrated, unrelated. Yes, but I would, like I said, I was not that familiar with Mission X other than like a few times, you know, and it's in my collection. But I probably never popped this in my system at all. This box, I might have had a cartridge back in the day, but I mean, it's kind of very River Raid-esque. Yeah, it looks really cool. I think I remember playing it. It just reminded me of a better version of River Raid. And yeah, I don't know. That was a. By the way, Pete, thank you so much for doing the impromptu Chuck Has No Power stream, because I cannot wait to check it out. I heard you guys were having a lot of fun playing some good games. Because it was so weird how the power just like went out 15 minutes before I'm about to start. Bombing the train. Yeah, I remember that.
You know, with us just moving, I'm not sure how often the power is going to go out here, because when we were in the apartment complex, it never went out.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
Yeah, like I contacted DTE Energy, which is like Detroit's energy place, and here and you go onto the webs, which I'm up at the Rogers Roost plugging my phone in to charge, and I'm like trying to pull it up and on the website, and it shows that we're out, and it's like reason for outage, equipment not working. I was like, oh, that's kind of vague. Equipment not working. Yeah, I cannot wait to check that out. There's nothing like Vectron. No, there sure isn't.
Wow. I'll tell you what, Chuck, I'm going to get Vectron. The screenshot. I love puzzle games. I don't know if it's a puzzle game.
I think what it is like, yeah, it's like you got to get all these circles built. I'm saying this just from not knowing. It looks like you got to get all these bases built, and then the gun protects the other little things from coming and eating them away. And you got to build all the bases, and once you build them all, I guess you go to the next level or whatever it kind of said there.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
Wish I knew more. Oh, okay. So the back is a little bit better. The back is even sillier. It says, "Look out! The Nasties are back, and they're after your bases." And then the Hungry Splitters, Diamondbacks. Oh, that wasn't in the other one. And Prisms, to name a few, gobble up your bases and attack your energy block. build a base before they tear it down, advance to the next game with more points and meaner nasties to confront. 99 game levels are possible. We dare you to get past level 10.
Wow. Challenge. Sounds like a stream, Zach.
Yeah, I mean that might be one to stream, right? try to do it. Like, I kind of understand. Okay, that could be kind of fun, I guess. I like how it says simple controls, let you concentrate on the not so simple gameplay. It really says that. Fast, colorful action that will challenge the most skillful arcade player. 9 different types of nasties, some so advanced in meanness, you may never get to meet them. It literally says that on here.
Meanness.
Wow. How about that?
Papa Pete said it is not a puzzle game.
Hey, Nikki. It's not. Yeah, I mean, I guess I guess everything's kind of one screen back then, but yeah. It's still kind of one of those things where it's like you build a base, something's getting. I don't know. I guess I challenge you to get past level 2.
I like that.
That's funny. Yeah, I could probably. I remember playing it, but I didn't know it. I was just like shooting stuff, and I'm like, am I supposed to shoot those? I probably had no clue you built bases, so maybe I'll like it now. Level 2, yeah. I probably can't get past level 1. I did want to. Guess I'm all just. Oh, I have a little bit of news too, which is I thought would be pretty funny as well. Yeah, I guess I don't need to put this up because that's sealed Vectron. Already did that. We tore it open. Music. I've been in the studio literally nonstop. I've got one more song to do. Like, we've been knocking it out. Me and my buddy Eric, the other half of DJC, the band. We're just been nonstop in the studio, and we got some really amazing stuff. Like, I'll give a little. We did a bowling song, because bowling's my favorite. I had to do a bowling song. Like, how do you do a song about a 1979 bowling game? And Eric's like, dude, 70s bowling? That was the thing. I'm like, oh, and I thought of movies like Kingpin, and I'm like, oh, dude. Well, so we did a disco song. I sing disco music.
That is awesome.
Coming soon. So this is something I did want to say was, so my buddy, we're going to call this the Big Tab Upset. Was it really the final can?
Oh, no.
And the reason I say that is, so it was, what was this, Sunday? I think it was Saturday. Sunday. I don't know what I'm doing. Sunday, I don't know what day it is anymore. So Sunday morning, I get like a knock on my door, and my buddy's texting me. He goes, hey, I'm stopping by really quick. And, he lives a couple blocks away. Guy I grew up with, his name's Ray. Really good friend of mine. I'd known him since kindergarten. And he goes, I'm stopping by your house for a second. I was like, why? What are you doing? He was like, I just got stopped by there for real quick. I was like, all right. So I ended up like opening the door as he was trying to set a case of tab on my front door. So I go, what are you doing? He's like, I was going to surprise you. And it was, it's a 12-pack of tab. And I go, dude, I thought, oh man, he like spent like, $80 on, eBay or just, for the show or do whatever. And he's like, no, man, he does, he has quite the job. He does, dead body removal service. Like, just transfer, if someone passes at a hospital or their home, he takes them to the funeral home or wherever. And so he goes, I was out at a hospital in Detroit. I went into a party store, or that's what we call them here, the liquor store, I guess you call it, to grab a pop. And he goes, I look, and he goes, in their cooler was a full 12-pack of tab next to the Diet Coke and the Coca-Cola.
Oh my gosh. And
I was like, are you serious? Like, it's been that. So their last order, they never sold that 12-pack. I was like, dude, hey, what's up, OEB Pete? So Now I have another 12 cans of Tab donated to the show by Ray. So thank you. And once I get through those, maybe we'll do another final stream. So it's like, what's my deal? That was a big Tab upset. I apologize that it's not the last can. So the stream now is a farce. It's a lie. But it's better because now we have more Tab. And what's better than having more Tab?
I've never been more disappointed in you, Chuck.
Yeah, that final can. I know. It's a silly.
Yeah, you definitely have to do another stream.
Yeah, I'll do it. You know, it was kind of funny. Like, you know, I'm trying to get this thing off of here. Here we go. But yeah. Anyway, so this Tab upset, I have 12 more, and it'll take me a while to drink these ones. I am tabbed out right now. I drank it through my trip on my. I was mixing it with stuff. Oh, I got some Tab. Make a marinade. Like now I got 12 more. So, anyways, but I did want to talk about the collections. And then playing my Evercade today too. I was thinking about the stuff because now Jeff, you have an Evercade, right?
I do.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they got the Intellivison Collection out, and I'm trying to remember if I can't remember. I'm trying to remember the games that are going to be coming out. Let the good times roll. I can't remember. I have to. I mean, I guess I can look it up. But I was going to talk about a lot of the collections. Like when one of my probably my most played one was the Intellivision Lives on my original Xbox. Like this caught me to the point where it was before I rebought like a system that worked because the one I had from my childhood was broken. But this was such a great way to play. And I know some of the sound effects were just a little off that I didn't like, but for the most part, this was a really, really good one. What did he say? I thought you were going to say he was at his workplace picking up a body over in the corner of the apartment. He's well, you know what? I thought the same thing. He's like, yeah, I was on a call. And I'm like, oh, he did not take this from someone's house. He's like, no, I went to grab a pop at the store and it was in their cooler. I was like,
picked up the body and the
he's got to just set the 12 pack, pack on top of the body, just zip it up and he did. Just getting the body here.
Let him lay on it.
Cleans them out of their Tab stash. I would have stretched out the last of my favorite beverages for months. Yeah, and I think I will do, and I kind of wished I did. Things that make you go, ew.
So Chuck, what did you call the liquor store?
Well, here in Michigan, we call them party stores. I don't know. Yeah, like if I'm going to the party store, you're basically going to like a liquor store where liquor store.
You went to the party store to get some pop.
Yeah.
In St. Louis, we'd go to the liquor store to get some soda.
You're right. Yeah, the poor guy OD'd on Tab. Yeah, it's really weird. And I found that out when I moved to California. I found out people in Michigan talk a lot different. And like pop is a bit. In the Midwest, you guys. Well, you said soda over pop. Like here is always pop. Yeah.
In St. Louis, it's soda. I think further east, still somewhat in the Midwest. I think you'll hit some place they'll say pop, but yeah, here it's definitely soda.
Or some people will be like, "Oh, well, I'll take a soda pop," or something like that. I know down south a lot of it's Coke. Like I'll take a Coke, and they just mean that for any type of soda.
What about water? What about water fountains?
We call them drink. No, we call them. Oh, you talking about like the ones you drink from?
Yeah, or you like
drinking fountain. We do drinking fountain.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's what I always called it. But I when I moved to California, I was working at a company, whatever, that did like fire restoration. We go if someone had a fire, pull the stuff out and clean it in a warehouse and package it back up or whatever. And we had a new guy starting, and he walked in. I said, "Yeah." He's like, "This is where we clean everything. Just come on back there." I go, "If you're thirsty, there's a pop machine right there." And he goes, "Oh, wait, what?" And I go, "Yeah, if you're thirsty, there's a pop machine." He goes, "I don't understand what you're saying." I go, "A pop machine. You thirsty?" And he goes, "You're popping what?" And I go, "No, a pop machine." He goes, "I don't know what that is." I go, "For a soda pop, like pop." And he goes, "I've never heard anyone in my life say the word pop for a drink." And I go, I go, dude, like that's just how it is. Soda pop. In California, we go to the liquor store to get liquor and beer. New England is soda. Up here, it's pop. Yeah, see, it's just it's really weird. I always ask for Pepsi, even if I know they only serve Coke. I'm a Pepsi drinker too. I love Pepsi Cola. My dad used to drink Pepsi Cola. Like most people, like my dad was never a big drinker. But I'll tell you what, a Pepsi Cola in those 16-ounce glass bottles would be he would drink those all day. Like most people would be like drink beer, like he would drink Pepsi Cola. He had Pepsi for lunch, he had one for dinner, he had two in the evening, a couple during the day. Like we would stack up those because you remember the eight packs of the 16-ounce like long neck bottles.
Yeah,
we'd have a space between our fridge and our stove, and we'd stack 4 or 5 of those up for the week for him. Just stack there, and then you throw them in one at a time in the fridge. But yeah, I remember just like it was such a cool thing to have a glass bottle of pop or soda pop, whatever, out of there. I was like, oh man, what a treat! I get to drink a whole Pepsi. Running around, bouncing off the walls. No, but
I'm a fan of Pepsi over Coke too.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like Coke too. I like Coke. I guess to me, Coke isn't. Coke is more of a treat because it's sweet. To me, it's sweeter. People say the opposite. They say, no, Pepsi's sweeter. But I don't know. I like a Coca-Cola that's like put in the freezer where it's like starting to slush up, to me is delicious. But a Pepsi, like an ice cold Pepsi, especially in bottle too, but I love my stuff in a can. So ice cold Pepsi Cola, like the real Pepsi, the old school one with the real sugar, cracking that can is refreshing. To me, it's like carbonated refreshment. Yeah, maybe Miko should have their own soda. They really should have their own soda. That a Miko Pop.
What flavor would it be? Just cola or something special?
Yeah, well, you'd have wood grain would be a flavor.
What flavor?
Wood grain cola. Wood grain cola, and then yes, I do.
Soda.
I do remember clear Pepsi. Crystal Pepsi was one of my. I when it originally came out, like I was one of the person who was like, I'm on board. I love it. It had a weird flavor. It was clear cola. It was clear cola. And then they still do those releases every once in a while. What is it? Every 8 to 10 years, they'll throw a couple stacks out on that, and and then people gobble them up and buy them, and then they try to hoard them on the internet and charge you $100. But I'm sure another couple of years they'll do it again. But anyways, we went on a soda pop stream. But yeah, no, then you'd have like a strawberry soda for the GTO Red.
Yeah.
Maybe a Miko. There you go. A Miko Dew. Flavor Galaxy Purple. Ooh, Galaxy Grape. Grape. Galaxy Grape. Amico Galaxy Grape. Is Daniel in here? Can he confirm nor deny that the Amico soda pop is happening? I'm kidding.
I think it's coming with every pre-order.
Yeah, I think you get a free soda pop now. Is the new
thing. Matches your console.
Dude, they have to do like a Baja Blast aqua teal for the Amico logo.
Yeah, the name should all be after games, I
think that'd be funny. Now I was talking about collections on, especially on Evercade. They're coming out with those, and like, there's a lot of games I want to see on those collections or collections in general. I mean, the classic name I think still would be awesome to like put out on other consoles or PC again, or obviously it's coming on Amico as well. But like for Evercade, God, there's so many good games. Oh my God, there's a napkin in here. Does it have like a high score on it? Oh, I think it does. From the early what was this to be like 2001, 2002? Huh. Thin Ice, 30,900. Wow, that's when I was on from the game Thin Ice. I wrote down.
Oh, yes, sure. Okay.
Oh my God. This is when I lived in California in Long Beach, and this lived above a recording studio, and it was like this really nice, like fancy looking loft that the people that own the studio, they let me live there for super cheap. And this is a napkin from the Mexican place on the corner I would go to almost daily to get lunch. And it's like I can almost smell their, like the hot sauce on there. So, like, that's crazy, man. But yeah, as far as the games, they have them all in here too.
Hey, Chuck, you want to hear the games on the Evercade?
Yes, yeah, I was curious to see, because I forgot them already.
For the Intellivision collection. This is according to Best Buy. ASTROSMASHED, Buzz Bombers, Frog Bog, Night Stalker, Pinball, Princess Quest, Shark, Slapshot, Super Pro Hockey, Snafu, Thin Ice. Hey, there you go. Good chance to high score. Thunder Castle and Word Rockets.
Word Rockets. Oh, they had Princess. You say Princess Quest?
Yeah. What is that? I've never heard of
that's a homebrew of a game, and I really want it to, but it's so expensive. I mean, it's like anything is, you know. But I do. That was one, like Princess Quest and that Christmas Carol are the two homebrews that I really. But I haven't found it for sale, to be honest. Like, I probably would buy Princess Quest. But you're like a little knight in armor. It's obviously in television graphics, but it's almost. It reminds me of like a Ghost and Goblins, but yeah, like it's like Super Mario Ghost and Goblins with, like, because you're a little knight, you know, running around, like platformer kind of game. I just thought it was really cool.
Homebrew on that. Huh.
Yeah, I really want to. I want to get that one. But I definitely wanted bowling. I know that wasn't on there. I'm hoping that the next one they do from Word Rockets from Word Fun. I was more, as a kid, I had math fun, even though I despise math. Isn't that weird? Yeah, my parents are like, we're going to get you math fun. I'm like, well, that doesn't sound like, that's like saying not fun. Hey, take care, buddy. Yeah, I was always, growing up, I had math fun. I knew of Word Fun just from playing it, like on the flashback kind of introduced me to a lot of the ones I didn't have growing up, and that's kind of where I started playing them again. But yeah, I'm hoping they do the bowling one. I really like bowling on the Evercade would be amazing.
Oh yeah, there's no bowling on there. Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, because I figured that would be a fairly simple one. You're not really. I mean, the only thing they would have to do would be the menu at the beginning to pick like your slickness and your, you know, because you have to enter the slickness number, the number of players, and your ball weight, you know. But I mean, the actual gameplay is pretty much all disc and side buttons, so it's like that would definitely be easy to play. You just have to have the menu screen, like maybe do like they used to do with those old computers and the things you hook up your TV to do the internet. Instead of having a mouse, you'd have like a little. You just move like a box over everything and highlight it, and then you could like select it through I don't know, just like an easy way to get rid of because I know that's the only reason you ever needed the keypad. But that's the same thing for like Burger Time and a bunch of, Lock and Chase. You had to enter a number of players and skill level, you know.
Did Intellivision never came out with a flashback like handheld, did they? Because I've got an Atari flashback.
They did have
handheld.
I thought they did. I know they had. Yeah, exactly. Evercade and Amiga. Well, I know they're doing the classic packs on their wave after their launch stuff. But I'm trying to think. I don't know. I really want to see. There's so many different games I want to see in there. I'm trying to remember. Flashback via Switch. I always wonder why they didn't do like more stuff like this for the classic stuff. You know, just put it out on everything. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, because the Switch has been out for 4 years. I'm surprised. Way back then, they weren't working on a.
Right. Yeah, I was trying to think of.
Even if it was just a download, you could at least do that.
And even on the flashback, they had those. They had like the games, like what was it, Space Cadet? I think it was the one where you're like in the two UFOs and you're shooting the ice planet and the fire planet. And you're trying to like you're this is your planet, this is mine, and there was I forgot was it a comet or something? You shot at each other. Almost reminded me of Space Strikers now. But you had to turn your planet either to an ice planet. You know, like if you have the fire planet, I'm trying to turn it to ice. You're trying to turn my planet to fire. You know, and it was it was an unreleased game, and then they released it on the flashback along with the Space Cadet. And I thought that was really fun. Another one was unreleased was Hard Hat, where you had to take pieces of glass and fit them into the building. You had like the little guys going up and down the lift. I thought that was really cool. Oh, and I think there was plumbing in there too. I think he had like a toilet with a pipe rolling out of it. It was kind of neat. I don't know. It's just stuff like that. And then they had that magical carousel, which that just made no sense to me. But we used to laugh so hard at that, me and my friends. I don't know if you ever seen that on the flashback. No. It was one that I think it was a game that was never finished. So it's really, you really don't play it. It's just like you just press buttons and watch it do stuff. It's like magical carousel. So it has like the televoice, like what do you call it? The voice, you know, like the television voice. So it's like televoice, and you press like the phone and go answer the phone, and it would ring, and then you click on like the line, it would roar. You know, it was just really weird. It was supposed to be for kids, but we were just laughing. I'm like, what is this game? It's you're just pressing stuff.
That sounds like the thing the kids, you pull the string and then it would whip around and whatever it landed on.
Yeah, like the cow says moo. Did Intellivision have any adult games? There was homebrews. There was one called I got it here. I could probably show you, but I can't. I don't do anything explicit on my channel, but it has two labels so that the spine either goes out and has the adult name of the thing. And it's basically, it was an ASTROSMASHED, but the ship is shaped like and you're shooting into, which almost looks like little Tron recognizers that are coming down. But the one side, so you can display it on your shelf without people freaking out, is called Space Can't. But there's two letters in the center of can't that are changed out. It's a pretty horrific word for most people. So that was the name of it. And it's got some lady with like holding a missile, like, you know, in a provocative thing on the front. So it's that was one that I had. Look at me trying to explain it.
Are you gonna do a song for that game, Chuck?
Oh, I will not. Yeah. I don't think that would work out. That wouldn't be too family friendly. I mean, I could say it with a southern drawl, magical carousel.
Yeah, I was watching Pete stream earlier, and he had his list of games on his Ultimate Flashback, and I saw one game on there that's also on the Atari. I was like, "Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that."
Is it the Beat 'em and Eat 'em?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, at least I could say that, and it's like Sinner. Yes, I know, right? Yeah, there's a couple of them. Yeah, I remember that was on the Atari, and that's just a weird. Stupid game too, but yeah, no, I remember that came out at the time. You know, when I got the Space Can't, I ended up, I was just collecting anything for Intellivision. I was like, oh yeah, it's a homebrew, I'll buy it. You know, and I didn't pay too much for it. I mean, it's obviously I think there was a couple different versions of the box too. Sounds like something they'd have on the Switch. Yeah, I mean, no, did you know? I mean, not to get in too big on the Switch, but the Switch has a ton of crazy because I was looking up just rare games, and then it came up. It was like all these adult anime, naked, you know, like crazy adult, like inappropriate games. I was like, should I buy a bunch of these and keep them sealed because they were going for like $100 or something a piece? I mean, there's like some ones that aren't as bad, like the Peach Volleyball or something like that, and it has like the, you know, scantily clad like anime girls. And
there's a pinball game too. So drawing a blank on the name.
Yeah, that was another one I saw too, but I was like, maybe that was the Peach Ball one.
Yeah,
I was like, and I was like, I almost was going to buy them because I was like, dude, these things are going to be worth a ton when the Switch is discontinued. You know, I was like, I would just keep them in the package.
They, for whatever reason, and Sony is like, even the games that do like games that come out, Sony tends to censor more than Nintendo in this. Oh, see you, Johnny. It's really weird that Nintendo censors less than any other system.
Yeah, they really do.
And a lot of those games you're talking about, a lot of those are Japanese only. That
yeah. They're basically imports, but Amazon, they're all over Amazon because that's where I saw. I was searched like Switch games when I first got my Switch, and then I was like rare Switch games, and you get the stuff like what's the genie girl? I got one of them, the Seven Sirens game, Shantae, which they're not the greatest of games, but they look cool, and. So I was like, I want to just have a couple rare games because eventually when they're going to be worth a ton, so I kept putting in rare games, import games, and I was like, oh my God, there's all these naked anime games for the Switch. I didn't know. That's just funny. Yeah, Laser Shoot Larry knockoff homebrew for Intellivision. That would be cool.
Wait, there's a Laser Shoot Larry Switch game.
Yeah. Don't. What did they say? Went back in the TV days. Don't adjust your set. This is really happening at this time of night. Yeah. No, I had a big power outage here, and it lasted for a few hours, so I couldn't stream. It just happened to be like 15 minutes before I started streaming, and so I couldn't. And then Papa Pete had a stream. The Chuck's out of power. It doesn't have power stream or something, and so. But then I came back on closer to 10 o'clock, so I said, let's stream.
You should just tell everyone we've been on for 2.5 hours, Chuck.
We've been just going nonstop.
It's a marathon tonight, folks.
No, okay, now I remember, because remember you asked if it was ever a handheld. See, if I remember correctly, I know they had some plug-and-plays for Intellivision, and there were ones I didn't like. I was like, either they didn't go through the proper testing from Intellivision, back in the day. Well, yeah, because they were like, basically it would look like a Genesis controller or a Nintendo controller, and it had like 10 games built on it. They had, I think, a 10-game one and a 25-game one, and you plugged them in like a plug and play basically for your TV. But I noticed like a lot of I know it'd be hard to do this, but I mean it's almost like the graphics weren't even as good as the original Intellivision games. The sounds were like way off. And I didn't really hear, or it's like I I tried one of them and I was like, oh no, I don't like this. Like it's almost like it didn't pass quality control from the, or I guess that would have been Television Productions or whoever did it before Entertainment got it. But yeah, it was just it's just the late night edition. The kind. They kind of but Keith said they funded other well, yeah, I mean if that worked, yeah, you could tell like I was like, and I think some of them had like Generation 2 versions of Shark and Astro Smash. I think that was one. A couple of those had those. The blue handhelds used an NES chip. I know there was like one that was okay, but then there was a couple of them that were just like so awful. I was like, how can you not fully do an Intellivision game, especially like in modern times? Like why would you skimp on the graphics of that to program that? It was just kind of frustrating looking. Like the Astro Smash sounded and looked different, and like they didn't try or something. It's whoever did that. I'm sure it wasn't Intellivision. It was just they got the license and they're supposed to port them as best they could. But yeah, the Flashback to me obviously is the best. Probably the best port of all those games. There's still a couple sounds that are a little off, but for the most part, it's almost perfect. But yeah, as far as a handheld with a screen in it, I don't think.
I don't ever remember seeing one. That's why I got this, because it's cool. I mean,
so that's like Atari 2600.
Yep, and of course they got all these buttons, but
yeah,
the cool thing, here's the main button. But the other buttons all refer to was like color, black and white.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, your switches. Yeah, I keep forgetting about the switches.
So basically, these are the switches, and I think one's a reset. It's actually a really cool system. I'm glad I got that.
They sold millions of the blue, 10, 12, and 15 handheld to fund the Future Intellivision Lives and Flashback projects. Okay. Yeah, I mean they did sell because I'm sure people got them. I just remembered that forgot it was. That's right. Forgot it was intelligent. Oh, it was emulated on an NES. So I guess that's hard to. Maybe that was hard to do. That's why. Did you hear any news on a release window for the Amico? I have not. I mean, other than the email, that's pretty much everything I know is from what they send out with the email. You know that they're going to try to do all the pre-orders by end of year, which I think is insane.
In Europe, people are getting messages who've pre-ordered saying they're getting that release date. You know, the one that you get here from Amazon. It's always December 31st.
Oh yeah. They think they automatically put that on if there's no release date.
They're getting that as 2022. So I mean, obviously they're most likely coming next year. You'd hope so. I saw that what was it? I forgot where I saw it. I don't know if it was an Amico Television Amico Society on Facebook or the gaming community on Facebook, which are both great Facebook groups if you're not already joined to those. Someone was talking about like they were looking at how great the games look, and as a collector too, like I would literally pre-order or want those games even before I got the system, but they're not going to do that. You know, they're not going to sell the games first with no system. You know, so you can't play them. You just look at the boxes. But I was like, dude, I'd pre-order everything right now. I don't want or two of everything, just fill my shelves. But yeah, it was a cool, like someone had brought that up on one of the groups, and they're like, yeah, that'd be awesome, but yeah, you got this nice game. You're like, well, I don't have the system, but boy, do I have a ton of games. I bought a CD before I had a CD player. So I'd be buying games.
That's what I do. I was like, I know it's going to come out, so I would love to have them. Mission's over. AstroSmash tomorrow night. Later. Take care, Papa Pete. I appreciate you holding down the fort and doing a cool. I'm gonna check that stream out once I'm done here. That's awesome. I can't wait to see your B-17 bomber. I can't wait to see you do something with Cloudy Mountain. I would really love to see that. So is the Miko physical games going to actually be cartridges or a card you have to scan into the system? I don't know. That's the big mystery of what it is, you know.
I take it back. You think is it a cartridge or a card that you? Yeah, it could be. I guess anything that could fit in that box.
Anything that'll fit in a box that's like I don't know, kind of almost similar to this. I mean, it had the same font too. I thought it was pretty cool. It's got to be something pretty awesome, you know. I don't.
So apparently, Tommy mentioned on Astro or Atari Age that their games are going to include. It's going to have NFT technology in them. So
I'm stupid. What is NFT?
Well. I'm no expert here, Chuck, but I can tell it's using blockchain, which cryptocurrency uses.
Oh, and that's something kind of high tech, huh?
So, for instance, you're able to actually buy an NFT for, let's say, you did a digital art piece, and so you could then sell that to somebody else. You could sell them through NFT. You could sell them that, and it would. And even though there can be copies, that original one is the only one that's like, the original. It's kind of like you do a painting and then someone makes prints. Well, and it's also kind of like a letter of authenticity, like this is the original. So it's kind of like that where their games. And from what I read, it's not just the physical, but even the digital. Well, I guess it's all digital, but even when you download, apparently you're going to have that. Which means if that's the case, you could end up selling these through NFT, which is kind of interesting. Wow. I don't know if any game system has done that before.
That's like brand spanking new. When did he said this in one of the forums or something?
Atari Age, and then
I need to get in there. I need to get in there more often.
Maybe Pete did a video about this, so you can check out that video. No, not NFC, NFT.
Speaking of 3-letter words, how about CM Punk on AEW? I don't know if you get
quite stirred in it.
Dude, I've never seen a wrestling arena pop so hard. I I don't even know. I mean, I think the last time I heard something go that nuts was when Hollywood Hogan and The Rock faced off, stood in the ring the first time, and the people were going nuts. But I'm talking about, dude, like that place was just like, it was like, it was like white noise. It was so loud. And, he came down to his original, I'll get copyright strike, but the Cult of Personality song, which I thought was cool that he stuck with that. Anyways, we're supposed to be talking about a television, but I just thought that was sweet. I really thought that was like I just because I watched it today. That's what
you see WWE countered with Becky Lynch returning.
Yeah. I was like, they don't really have too many people left. Didn't they also like sign on Lesnar to do a little appearance or something? I got these little spiders falling again.
He came out at the very end and just stared at Roman Reigns, and that was it. But I heard, because he beat what's his name, John Cena, and Cena was just laying there, and but I heard after the show was over that Brock Lesnar was he body slamming him? I can't remember. He was doing something to what's his name, John Cena, over and over. But I was like, what is that all about? It wasn't even on TV. I don't get the point of that.
I don't even like. I have not. I am a huge old school WWE fan, and even up through the Attitude Era, and up even to a couple of years ago, I watched it pretty religiously. I think COVID lockdown, where they did all the empty arena stuff, I kind of didn't watch a lot of that, and it kind of turned me off of it. But I noticed, even though AEW was kind of doing the same thing, they kind of, I don't know, they seemed like they got this little edge to them, and they had a lot more people watching them. And yes, that is a good game. I really like it. I actually really like that game, Body Slam. Speaking of wrestling for the television, it's on the Flashback too. That's where I played almost all the time on it. Well, yeah, because that's one of those rare ones too. But no, I don't know. I kind of fell off after that WrestleMania last year where they shot it like a movie. I mean, it was very cool. But I'm an old school DX kind of HBK, Triple H, I think that's the last time I really got Undertaker, obviously, but then Undertaker left, and I was just like, after that, I even got rid of my subscription, and then now it's sold to Peacock, and they're just letting everybody go, and I don't know what they're doing. I think they're getting ready to sell to NBC or something. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of sad. It's like it's just such a big thing, It's.
Can Jeff do any wrestling impressions? I don't know if I haven't practiced any. Maybe I can practice and do it next week.
He was asking if I could do a Super Macho Man impersonation. It's not. I can't shake my boobs like that, but is that what he did? The Super Macho Man? Empty arena. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was depressing to kind of watch that. Yeah, that's. I agree. Yeah, it was.
It was weird too, because the wrestlers would come out and they'd be like looking to the crowd and doing something like, "What are you looking at? We know it's empty."
Yeah, it was so weird. Yeah, and then they'd say something, and then the whole thing is the reaction, because they'll be like, "And then I'll tell you this. No reaction, no one's popping, no one's yelling yes, no, or so it's like it took all the kind of drama. But I think, and I'll say this, WWE over the past so many years has gotten so G-rated for kids, and that's fine. But it got to the point where I think it just felt like it was, you were literally watching like and everybody always says wrestling's like a soap opera, but it was like a scripted show that's safe to as a kid could watch,
The unscripted promos from them guys that's the best stuff, because even when they were just kind of crazy, they'd say weird things and that'd be hilarious. But if they're really good, like
they get over and make the character,
Ric Flair, those guys, they never told them what to say.
Yeah, I've dressed up as a couple of wrestlers over the years. Goldust I've never done. I don't think I'd look good in a unit. What are they called? The unitard.
It's a lot of work too. Paint yourself all gold. That's just...
The paint would be cool. I'd love to do like the paint stuff. That would be cool. Speaking of painting your face, did you hear the Violent J of the Insane Clown Posse just he had like heart failure, and I guess they had to cancel or they're about to do like a farewell tour. He can't. I was reading it today. I was like, that's horrible. I was like, he's like a couple years older than me. I think he's like, if I'm 46, he's probably like 48. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, oh, I mean, because I guess that means you got like a malfunctioning valve or your heart's not pumping correctly. And they say, you know, they couldn't do nothing to fix it. So it's like that you got to watch yourself, you know? And I was like, that's terrible, man. But yeah, I don't know, just something when anyways, yeah, didn't want to get all. You just get off a Jericho cruise in February, then hit CV and hit in March. What is it? February, then CV hit in March. What's CV?
COVID?
Oh, COVID.
Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, no. Oh, no. Yeah, no, that's true. That is COVID because they had the Jericho cruise, and that's when people started singing that song. And I notice now that people are doing it a cappella. Like he just walks out and they just sing the song. They don't even play it now. I think it was part of like a angle with the MJF guy or something.
He just did something on AEW last week or so.
Yeah, that's the one I just watched where they're all singing it. And I was like, that's kind of cool, dude. Yeah, I wanted to see him. Hey, what's happening, Fastback?
Is it that AEW one? That's the one. Didn't Jade Cargill wrestle in that one? Do you remember her? She wiped someone out in about. I mean, it was about 2 minutes.
Oh wow!
No, it was less than that. I think.
I have to watch it more. Like I popped on the CM Punk thing, and then like Sunday, like I said, every Sunday night we always I fire up the arcade, and my friends come by to play either golf or bowling or darts, and I put it up there, and we all kind of stopped to watch CM Punk come out. You know, that's like the part I saw, but like. That was I don't know, that AEW, man, is just they've taken pretty much everyone in the wrestling business is over there now. It's the new place to be.
Oh, you know
whether people
we found out last week, Chuck, is that
what's it?
I forgot his first name. He's lives in this general area where I'm at, and it's the Khan family. They own AEW.
Yeah.
Like billionaires. I mean, I think they have more money than McMahon. So
that's what I heard too.
The whole rumor about McMahon possibly selling, if anyone's wondering who can buy it, well.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Could you imagine?
Could, if they wanted to.
That was the thing. Well, I got someone trying to get a hold of me, probably about the power outage. That was the thing that I don't know if they're selling it or if they're like, it seems like they're almost, it feels like a liquidation of like their talent. Like they're trying to sell to Peacock or something and just get it all into one little group. Cause I thought if anything, the NXT thing would have been would have been its own brand or something to go against AEW or something.
Born Distract is asking if there's ever a good wrestling movie. I mean, The Wrestler was good with
Wrestler, yeah, that was really good.
Oh shoot, what's the actor's name? I can't even think of it.
Oh man, I never remember his name either.
But I mean, there's a ton of really good wrestling documentaries for into those.
There's one starting up called Heels. I don't know if you saw it. It's a new series coming on. I don't know if it's on Netflix. What's up, hey? Ray, I was talking about your tab. Check out earlier in the stream. If you didn't. I was talking about your tab on my doorstep. People thought, did he take that from a dead person's house? And we were obviously joking. But I said that, yeah, now you put the tab there and you just zipped up everything. And Mickey Rourke, yes, that's who it was. Yeah, Ready to Rumble. Yeah. What was the other one? The one with Hogan and Zeus. No Holds Barred, where like Hulk Hogan plays. He called it was like the weirdest name is Rip, and his catchphrase is "Rip 'em, little brother." That's so stupid. Heels. Oh, it's HBO. It's already started. I have to check that out. Like I have time to ever watch anything. Ray goes, they don't need it anymore. You saw it at a party store. I already told them, but. Now it's back as collections. Wow, we're already at over an hour. I guess those late night streams get a little crazy. No. As far as the collections, I really did want to see like bowling, baseball. I know there's a lot of stuff that uses that pad, but I don't know. I just think now they got the Evercade Versus coming out. I think that, or VS or whatever. I think that would be kind of a cool to play a 2-player baseball on something that's, you know, on a cart, you know. But then again, we're going to get it on Amico, so. But just playing my Evercade today, yeah, I kept thinking that. I was like, I would love to do, like I would sit there and bowl for hours especially on my camping trips.
Yeah, it would be cool if it was on Evercade, because this November you could be playing it. Because I don't think bowling's come on the Amico for a while.
Yeah, he said they're doing it. He goes, I get to be the first one to play it. Yay. Yeah, Heels does look really interesting. Yeah, Glow. Glow is a great series. Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. Yeah, it took a while to kind of pick up. I agree. Yeah. Like late night, we spiked the tab with vodka. Oh, God. I can imagine that would taste so awful. You know what I did like was Tab and Jack Daniels was very good. But you know, now it's like you got to limit your Tab intake because you only got 12 cans left. Well, I'm back up to 12. I was at 0. Now I've got 12. Yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, as far as the collections go, I really hope like the bowling comes on there. And I'm trying to think of the other stuff, like the voice stuff would be cool. Like the B-17 bomber would be cool. That get more people into it. I think horse racing, like I have like this weird. It was one of the ones we had as a kid that my dad bought, and it was. I don't know, something about horse racing. I really like horse racing, and then poker and blackjack. I think is just. The thing with that though. That's another thing you got to figure out the menu screen because you're entering numbers and enter, because obviously you're betting. So I don't know how they could get around. I wish there was a way they could get around like just modifying like certain things like that, or even doing it like a text message. So if you have to put something with the numbers, like the old school texting, you'd hit the button for 3. One of the buttons for 3 or 4 numbers or letters until it got to where you wanted it.
Like hit a shoulder button and have like a little keypad pop up where you could.
That's not bad either. Or even like because they had the emulator that's on Captain's actually is pretty good with that too. Yeah, my dad. He's the one that got me into video games. Literally, got me into video games. If he was like, "Yep, we're getting the better system." It's because my cousins always had the Atari. We played both, but it was just funny. He played all the way up to when he passed. I had a TurboGrafx, and he would play TurboGrafx golf, and that was one of his favorites. Power Golf, yeah. That's why I got it sealed in box here someplace.
I like that game.
And Power Golf's one of the ones I have complete. And we played that, and then he also played Sega Genesis because he passed in '95, so it was like the 16-bit era, sort of getting in. Well, I should say it was sort of getting into the 32. Yeah, could you imagine having 8 players in horse racing? That's why I can't wait to see horse racing on Amico. I think that would be so sweet.
Well, the Evercade, they, almost all these are going to get more than one release. So
yeah,
they'll have another cartridge at some point. So obviously you want bowling on the next one.
That my whole thing was what was I? What did I remember when Tommy was on? I don't know if it was Amico After Dark or it might have been All Access. Where I was like, "Oh, you confirmed their bowling's going to be?" I was like, "Please confirm." He's like, "I cannot." But it was like, I think it was bowling. What was the other one that I really love? I could just look back just to go, which one? No, bowling. Oh, it was poker and blackjack, but it was all ones that were going to be very hard to do on the air game. But I was like, poker and blackjack, baseball, bowling, Deadly Disc would be awesome, even if it's just called Deadly Disc. That was what it was. Chip Shot Super Pro Golf. My dad's favorite. That's when he went to the catalog and literally ordered that game. And he played the heck out of that. And it still holds up pretty good. I mean, it's the controls of an old style, with the line, and that you had to, you have to stop it right on the red line to go straight. If you stop it too soon, it'd curve left. You stop, So that was the skill, was like lining up the power, the hit. That's how all golf games were back then. You had, had like a little gauge, and you had to like try to do that. There was one Sega game released in the original television. What was it? It was Congo Bongo. There you go. How about that for a fast answer?
Boom.
Love classic sports. Really want 10-yard fight in Jamaica. I think they got the license to that. I believe the very first time. Yeah. Was it 10-yard fight or is it Temco? No, it's 10-yard, right?
No, it's 10-yard fight. Oh, Tommy mentioned that a long time ago. Like
they have it.
Over a year ago.
They definitely have it. Why is almost all bowling games awesome? Yeah.
I love Atari bowling. I used to play that all the time.
Yeah, that was one of like the bowling for television. That's why it's my favorite. It's just I didn't care about the graphics. It was just a cool game. I still don't know. I still want to talk to the programmer and ask him what the football was all about. But which television games have the best graphics? I'd say the homebrews, because they push it to the limit. Like all those homebrews, like Tale of Dragons and Swords, Craws, and Televania. I mean, it was basically porting in Castlevania to the Intellivision.
That's crazy.
It was, for what they did, it was very close to NES. I mean, the best they could put it. Sydney Hunter series also has some great graphics to it.
Sydney Hunter's on Intellivision homebrew?
Yeah, I got that one right here.
I had no idea. I have that on Switch.
Yeah, this is the Sacred Tribes. I know they did a million of them, but yeah, look at this. That's a nice homebrew.
Oh, wow.
And I can't really see. It's going to be so hard to see. Let me see if I can kind of get it in there.
Yeah, that's
they did a really good job. Like, you can kind of see it, but yeah, they did a
one is like the Mayan temple or something.
Yeah, that's. And there's a couple more. Look, I love how they have a little serial number on the back. I got 102.
Wow.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites too. And what was the other one? Oh, Oregon Bound. Well, now I'm just talking about homebrews. Oregon Bound, which is the Oregon Trail for Intellivision. I thought that was fantastic. But yeah, the Ms. Pac-Man port, or the homebrew was I thought looked really good for that time. But best graphics, yeah, there you go. Lance said it right there. Masters of the Universe, Burger Time for the original games, yes, those were fantastic. Burger Time to me is the best version of Burger Time. I like it better than the arcade version. I think that was the better, more fun way to play Burger Time, was the Intellivision.
Were the boards different?
Yeah. Oh, it was different. Yeah, I just recently sold my stand-up arcade because I just didn't play it as much, and I was like, oh, that's another thing I need to get back to doing once I get out of the studio. Once I'm not in the studio 24/7, which is what One More Quarter is asking. Yes, it's been nonstop trying to knock out 10 songs in a few weeks, and try to have it. It's coming along awesome, and like I said, I don't know if you earlier in the stream I was talking about, we did a bowling song, and it's straight up disco dance song. Like it's.
Can't wait to hear that one. That'll be awesome.
And it's like Kingpin. If Kingpin had a song, and what was the other? Well, that one was like based in the 70s. It just reminded 1970s bowling alley is just how it reminded me of. Defender of the Crown had great graphics in the Amiga. The television homebrew is great too. See, I don't have Defender of the Crown, but I did see that. It does look fantastic. Like the homebrews, like the remade Donkey Kongs and everything, they push it to the limit to where it's almost arcade-like. And I think back in the day, and I don't know if this is true, and I'm not going to knock any programmers because they made some of the best games I've ever played in my life. But I think, when you're under a deadline to the, I guess, and I don't know this for sure, but like in your programming, they might say, hey, this Intellivision bowling game needs to be done by next month. And you're like, but the ball still looks like a football. Ship it. Like I don't know if back at Mattel, if that was kind of the thing. I think now Nowadays, I mean, you're allowed to do, so much more on games. I think back then when games were just starting to come to homes, I think they just treated it like a product. Like, this needs to be out at this date. You got to do it and do whatever you can do until that date, and we need to have it out. Like, Christmas is coming out. This has to be put out Vectron, But we only got this weird circle and a V. Ship it. I don't know. I'm just saying. I think now they take so much time with games now that's why they're more beautiful, and that's why these homebrews are just insane, because they might take a year and a half probably working on, maybe longer, and just do all these little tweaks and try to push the Intellivision to the limit. Yeah, exactly. And ET is a perfect example of that. They're like, we don't care, it needs to be done, but it's not going to be good. It has all these bugs and then you're falling in the holes all the time. Nope, ship it. Like, poor guy. Burger Time Party, I think I ordered that. Either it's in my Amazon cart, or I ordered it. I thought I had it. Oh no, I'm thinking about Bomberman. Did you have the Switch version of it? Yeah. It's pretty fun. It looks.
I really like it. I thought it was really good, and it's up to 4-player, which is crazy.
Is that the one where you're running around on the scaffolding outside on the buildings and stuff? Or am I thinking of a different Burger Time game?
That's a different one. I think that's on PS4. It's like
I saw someone streaming.
Building you're going around.
Yeah.
That's a different one. This one's more like, it's closer to the original, but I mean, it's quite a bit different.
Burger Time and the Intellivision was done in 3 months. The designer wanted to finish before his wedding. He only had room on the cartridge for 7 levels.
3 months? How's that even possible?
It's and it's so weird, man. Like, and it's the same with like recording music. Nice and ready with a disco ball in the game room. It's the same. It's weird sometimes. Well, music. I mean, I think with audio, I don't know how it is with like video stuff or video games, but with like recording like a song that's audio, it's you just want to make it sound good. So it's like it doesn't matter if you made it in a day or if you made it in a couple of weeks. And think of this: the first Doors record was made in 10 days. The whole album, one of the biggest hit albums ever. So sometimes it's not timing, it's, are you vibing? Does it sound good? Are you having fun? It's take care, Nick. It's, I don't know. But yeah, I think as far as like gaming where you're actually looking at something and have to play something and control something, I think, I don't know. I think now there's a lot more love put into video games as opposed to when Mattel probably first put out the television. They're like, we just need to compete with Atari and ship it. I just think that's how it goes. But anyways, we're at almost 1:20. I think I'm gonna cut it off, but I appreciate everyone coming back after probably waiting.
Hey Chuck, one quick note, one more quarter as I give a hint for my next week's shooter game. I do one every Monday. I'm thinking of doing Jamestown for the Switch.
Jamestown? What? That's a shooter?
It's a shooter. It's a vertical shooter. It's so fascinating. It kind of recreates the story of people coming to America and landing in Jamestown. Except
really?
This version is Jamestown is on Mars, and it uses like the same like historical names, but you're in space on Mars. It's just so bizarre, but the game itself is tremendous.
I'm gonna have to get that because I still haven't finished playing the Raiden game that I got on the Switch, which was amazing, by the way.
Oh yeah,
I think I played like 4 or 5 levels.
Did you get 4 or 5? Which
it was the remix, whatever the one. It was like Raiden something remix.
Oh, that was 4.
Someone's remix or something. Yeah. Why did they have a 5 now?
Oh, 5 came out a while ago.
Shoot, I need to catch up on some of that stuff.
A lot of like big shooting fans didn't like 5 because there's like a story going on, and off to one side there's a little panel of people just yapping throughout the whole thing. They're talking about stuff, and there's this odd online play where when certain things happen, like you can press a button for like a cheers thing, and it actually can go out to somebody else playing online. I really liked Riding 5. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I liked it quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick that up. I just I got to get back into doing anything. I'm always like I got to watch this show. I got to watch that movie. I got to check out this series. I got to buy this game, and I'm like, where am I gonna get the time?
Well, I'm doing a shooter show every Monday, so check them out. It might be something you like.
Yeah, I want to. I'm definitely checking that out then, because I'm obviously as a TurboGrafx guy, and you as well grew up with Turbo, obviously.
Oh yeah, and the game I did last week is very much like a TurboGrafx game. Missile Dancer on Switch. Check that one out.
Missile Dancer.
Yes.
I've heard. Where have I heard that? I think I might have saw that.
It has a lot of TurboGrafx vibes as far as the sound and graphics and.
Yeah, I'm definitely checking that out. So, when do you do that shooter stream now?
It's on a stream. I record it and I just
video. Okay.
I just upload it like Monday morning sometime.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna check those out then. That is awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming back on here. Thanks everyone for holding out, and people watching in replay that are like, where the heck did he go? Why didn't he start the stream? My power was out. So thank you so much, and everybody take care, and we'll see you next time. Hopefully with power.
Not with power.
It's swishing around here.